Good morning. This is Cecil and Blues. Thank you for joining me back at the estate. We are going to continue our journey through Darkest Dungeon this morning. I am recording a little bit later today because I am dog sitting. The sun is bright and hot in Vegas, and we don't like to put our poor puppy outside in the middle of the summer, and no one else is home today, so we're going to have him asleep at our feet. I've also got my door open, so you may hear some extra background noise. That way, puppy wants a drink, puppy can go get a drink. Okay, let's look at what we're doing today in the estate. We're on week 40, so you know, nowhere on pace to ever be anywhere close to accomplishing a Steigen run or a New Game Plus, but, you know, I'm still having a good time with it. We have... Can we do any upgrades that are useful? I've upgraded my guild now to the top training regimen, and we also have the blacksmith upgraded to its max furnace, so everything is as cheap as it gets. And then now it's just going to be upgrading these last things. The most expensive one is going to be blacksmith, because that's going to take 88 deeds and nearly 100 of the crests. Meanwhile, the guild is going to just cost us 33 paintings and still nearly 100 crests. So both of those are going to be important when we roll into champion level content. We've got only, I think, one hero that is champion level, and it is Houdini here. He is going to... we're going to monitor. Let's look at... His stress is currently at 97 of 200, and Kinna's stress is currently at 29 of 200. So remember that. We'll take a look at him at the end of this adventure. As I mentioned at the end of the last episode, we're going to go back into the Weald to trigger another caregivers convention. And maybe this time I will understand that you can do treatment of both things at once. I'm still trying to save money, even though we've got like 67,000, which is pretty reasonable. I'm still trying to save it, so we're not going to treat anyone this week, and we'll worry about that next week. So let's take... let's take at least this much food. We are going into the Weald, so there's a possibility that we'll get more. The torch count will go for 12. We do not need the blood because no one's infected, and there are not going to be any bloodsuckers in there. I'm going to take 4 shovels this time. I don't want to be stranded like I was last time. And then we want bandages, so we can dig our hands into the tree trunks. And I'm also going to take a couple of anti-venom. Maybe we can take advantage there, and a couple of keys. So this, I think, covers us for most possibilities, unless we get a whole bunch of troubling effigies. But those don't produce treasure; those produce quirks, I believe. So let's see if we can have any success. Rowdy, the puppy at my feet, does not care one way or the other. He's just rolled over onto his back. His feet are straight up in the air. Most comfortable position for him to sleep in, I guess.
Every lost resource must be recovered.
And, oh, right away, yep, more possibilities for food here, or treasure, I think. It's just food. It's actually a pretty small reward. I'm a little disappointed there. We do have combat right away. Our light's going to drop as we hit it, so let's refresh. For the chance at a surprise, we get the surprise, so that's good news. And our Jester, loaded up with bleed trinkets, is going to take care of that row. Those are both dead immediately. So let's shoot for the back one. A perfect kill. And then, since we only have 1 unit left to worry about, I'm going to go for a crush instead of a riposte. And that's everything dead. I mean, maybe we could have gotten a little bit of stress relief if we got some crit heals, but I have no idea. What? Okay, well, maybe I goofed. Maybe I goofed a little, so let's Let's remove a little bit of stress up there. Oh, and heat. Okay, yeah, I really should be taking advantage of that combo.
A trifling victory.
Alright, that worked out in our favor. And this is our first quest item. I don't like running into these so soon. I actually should have left that on the ground because we have to explore to the west here, so no matter what, I was going to be coming back this way. Troubling effigy, maybe we get lucky and find a holy water somewhere. Alright, our light unfortunately dropped down. We'll use Slice Off to hit the second row unit. That's not enough to kill it. So the question is, do you go for Open Vein? Grape Shot Blast. This is bleeding for 4. We need to do minimum 4, so let's Grape Shot. Hopefully it'll allow us to kill the Crazed Gnasher. It's going to get to act before we really, get a free kill at the very least, but 1 round combat, still pretty successful for us. I'm satisfied with it. And in this room we have nothing of note. We do have scouting though, so we know what's coming up. We got a trap. And we don't know what's in the far corner. So let's first bring our light up. Our Jester is probably going to be our trap guy. 80%. Oh, nope. Dismas here will take care of it. Perfect. Inside the sack, we find nothing. And to the south... Oh, we have combat right away, and I didn't get my light up, so we didn't surprise them, and it's all my fault. 17 damage. We can't possibly get that kill. But what we could do is Grape Shot, spread out some damage, combine that with Riposte and Harvest. I mean, these guys are missing, so that's good news. Hefty amount of damage on that one. Let's trigger a Retribution. We'll go after this front unit since it is less likely to die. I maybe might have wanted to consider the that one though. Alright, well, I'm actually now super happy with my decision. And we'll worry about this Outlaw Fusilier this turn. Do you think it's probably more beneficial, probably best to go to the pistol shot in the back row? And then maybe we Defender our Vestal. We're probably going to get a shot from the Fusilier, the blanket fire, which will result in his death.
Annihilated.
And then our Jester can pick up his kill here. Probably better than doing stress relief, so... we get the crit, which is some stress relief for him. Oh, okay, and also for the highwaymen. Or, sorry, for the, why did my man-at-arms? They're a man, and they have arms, so they're man-at-arms. No one else in the group has arms. It should be easy enough for me to remember. There's loot here, including a journal page. We should check our statue and see what we still have left to find.
Unwanted attention.
What was that about, unwanted attention? I wasn't listening. What was Wayne June talking about? Alright, well. I'm gonna hope it wasn't important. So we haven't found anything. We also didn't overflow our inventory, so I'm not concerned. Did we have 4 extra food? I thought we only had 2 food in that stack. Was I not paying attention? Is someone like fasting because they're not stressed out, or because they... I thought the reduced eating only came when you were either through certain trinkets, which I don't have equipped. Well, yeah, eat 4 food. So I guess we must have had 4 4 food in that stack, and I just didn't notice. We'll leave the troubling effigy behind. We don't have the holy water to cleanse it, so it's not worth investigating it. I've heard the developers say that they're considering, because there are mods that you can build into the game, and I don't play with mods, not because I don't like them or because I think that people who use them are, you know, in some way degenerate or anything. It's just not my thing. The only mod I think I've ever used in a game, in recent memory at the very least, is the Long War mod for XCOM. And that kind of total conversion was just interesting to me. And I still, you know, I kind of bounced off it. I didn't play that deep into it. So mods aren't necessarily what I like. Now, but there are mods that exist that tell you what the percentage outcomes are of various curios. And the developer, in an interview, talked about how they understand that this is a problem, that remembering what all these curios do is a real pain, and it feels like, for the most part, if you want to be successful in Darkest Dungeon, that you have to kind of always have a wiki open so that you can remind yourself what the different curio effects are. And what they've said is they're thinking about trying to build that into the base game. We don't know what's coming up, so I'll march forward before we bring our torch up. And what they would like to do is possibly put in like a learning mechanic into your like, as you experience different outcomes, that you'll remember them for the next time, so that once you've uncovered what works, the game will remember for you to provide that assistance. Let's go for the fungal scratcher, get his bleed going. Since he's got a high defense, we might as well start that up quick. We could also stun it. It doesn't have that high of a stun resistance, but it did resist. Unfortunately, our man-at-arms is a little bit slow here. He is going to get marked, which is nice if he can go next. Yes, okay. Let's retribution the fungal battery. And now he's got the riposte. He's probably not... Oh, he did get hit with marked prey. Alright, good. And then he's going to get hit with Rend of the Marked. And that triggers a retaliation. We can put up a defense, but let's see. This guy is going to bleed to death. So let's go for the gladiator first. And then I suppose we battle ballad our team to maybe get some extra dodge going.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
We did not get our guard up in time to get that brawler taken care of. Let's put defender on our highwayman. Mark Prey gets redirected perfectly. It was a crit though, so that generated a little bit of stress. I am going to Divine Comfort, even though our man-at-arms could use a little bit more health than everyone else.
This is how a life is taken.
If we get the opportunity, we'll get to do a little bit more healing. I'm going to do a little bit of... Oh, I actually meant to do stress relief, but I'll take the buff. And then we can pistol shot there, so we don't have to take any risks. And we will defender again. He's not quite going to bleed to death. I probably should have just taken an aggressive action. So it's highly likely he's going to redirect his attack to our man-at-arms, but he doesn't have riposte up anymore. So he will die this turn, and we dodged his attack. So it doesn't matter what we do. Let's tracking shot. Maybe we can get a little bit more healing out, a little bit more stress relief. And we might as well put a defender up. It doesn't matter, no one's going to attack. but it allows us to get this heal off. Everyone's in perfect condition. There is some deeds, which, as I mentioned earlier, we've got a hungering thirst for both deeds and crests. We need 100 crests and nearly as many deeds. Let's see what is in here. It should be heirlooms, but instead it is treasure, mostly. There are some extra crests here. What do you figure is worth throwing away at this stage in the game? Coming up, we absolutely still have a need for shovels. I always want to keep a key in case we find a secret room. So let's ditch the anti-venom to take the crests, and maybe it's time to camp. Our light is fine. You know what, there's no combat in the next hallway, so let's walk forward. And this does cause us a little bit of problems if we find great stuff inside this sack. It was some gold. We're going to wind up leaving 375 gold on the ground, which I'm okay with at this time. Then we dig through here, and we will lose a little bit more light. Allows us to camp. We'll eat a full load of food. We can throw away the extra 2 here if it comes up as a essential move. And then we want to... Oh, do we have bandit sense? We do. Let's trigger bandit sense. There's really nothing else we need to do, so let's maintain equipment. And we will instruct maybe Dismas here. And now we have 1 action left. No one has anything that costs 1. So moving on.
The light, the promise of safety.
We're going to have a lot higher scouting chance now for the rest of this map. We can see that our quest item is coming up. Nope. Quest item is in the last 3 rooms somewhere. So we still have quite a ways to go. We'll walk by the troubling effigy. We can take out this trap. And there was no combat in this hallway. There will be combat in the next room. So we'll eat a torch, and spiders are protecting this tent. You don't think spiders go camping? That's very racist. Oh no. Was punished for my bad joke. Alright, let's hope the 3 damage, 3 damage. Neither one of these will die. I wish I had some sort of AoE attack. Let's try and judgment the front one. It didn't pick up the kill.
Compassion is a rarity in the fever.
But it will get killed by riposte unless everybody misses. Oh, that is a nasty crit for a spider.
Back to the pit.
Alright, but our man-at-arms is one-man armying this. You know, we'd have 4 dead spiders at the hands of our man-at-arms if only he would have hit more than 50% of his attacks. What's your accuracy, buddy? Oh. Well, we should fix that. Why is your accuracy -7? Holy cow. Oh, okay, you've got poisoned. Alright, well, both of these things are going to bleed to death. Oh no, that one isn't. So, you know, let's crit the thing at 1 hit point for 24. Why not? Let's also clear the remaining stress away from our man-at-arms. He is now buffed slightly. And we have room for all of this, which is fantastic. I'm going to eat this food now, and then we will check the Traveler's Hut. There was nothing... Oh, it's a map. Better than a trap. And there's our final quest item with 2 extra rooms to explore beyond it. I'm thinking I might leave the quest item on the ground as we explore. That was a considerable amount of blight. This is nasty, but he'll be fine. Oh, we have one of the jute tapestries. Very nice, very valuable. We will have to heal our man-at-arms pretty aggressively at the beginning of our next combat, which is not in this room. Our next combat may in fact not come for a while, because there may not be combat in the quest location room. We can search this. It was just more food, so let's eat that. That's all he'll eat. It looks like no one else needs food, so I'm just going to toss these extra 6 away. I thought that sometimes the rotting corpses had treasure in them. Maybe I'm just getting unlucky, but I've been getting consistent food. Alright, this may or may not be combat. No combat. We're going to leave this on the ground for now, and we will come back after we've explored these last 2 rooms, so that we can throw away our shovels, for example. Our torches as another example. So we probably won't have a use for a shovel. Oh, everyone's looking pretty darn good. I would like to have a different combat to get our man-at-arms filled up first. And we're going to get shuffled. And this team is not super great out of position, but our man-at-arms has got a movement. And our... Actually, yeah, I think this team is going to function pretty okay out of position. Let's go for the stress dealer in the back first. We're mostly going to want to deal with that. And this... And then if we heal... So this is a tricky situation, because what we probably want to do is put Defender up on our Highwayman. That way if Tree Branch Smackdown happens, it's going to hit one of the 2 of them. And then we'll put Riposte up next turn. And so far we haven't missed out on anything for not putting up Riposte. Yeah, so we didn't lose anything by choosing to put up our Defender first. It was just a safety precaution. And we'll do Harvest again to stack up that bleed. The old crone will now die this turn. And Dismas can go for the shot on the Enchantress and pick up the kill, leaving our only threat as the Blighted Giant. We can Retribution to hopefully retaliate when he Tree Branch Smackdowns, and then we're gonna start chaining Defender so that the damage from it is insignificant. So redirected, dodged even. Pretty good. I think we want to open Vein. This increases our damage by 12%, but it costs us an entire turn. So it would need to be a very long fight. Like, this is a weak skill. Maybe it gets better once you've racked it up very high. And admittedly, you know, this is a rank 1 skill, and we're rocking rank 4 skills. Maybe it's a little bit better when it's ranked up, but it feels weak. It feels like it needs a little bit more punch to justify wasting a turn. Now, you think about all the advantage you get out of using Defender or using Retribution when things go right. I'm tempted to stun, but Tree Branch Smackdown comes in. We dodge it again. Things are looking good. Do we want to cleanse a little bit of stress from our back row? He's got 13 health left. We pretty easily can pick up the kill.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
So, money overflowed us slightly. The medicinal herbs are probably worth getting rid of at this point. We can take the citrine or the gold. And then, do you throw away bandages? I think you throw away bandages. You take the portraits. We can't throw away torches because we need to save one necessarily to summon the Shambler, which sounds like a good time to me. I wish we had gotten scouting because I don't know if we still need this key or not. If we don't need the key, we could throw it away for the citrine. Same with the shovel. It's Alright, so let's leave the citrine on the ground. I'm actually going to ignore this coffin because I can't remember if shovels benefit that. You know what, let's just dig in here. Okay, we didn't guarantee a successful outcome because we didn't have any more anti-venom on us, but let's slice off the quivering ectoplasm because trying to bleed skeletons isn't going to do much. This deals 9 to 16 damage, whereas this deals 9 to 16 damage. Alright.
Eradicated.
One dead. Bump in the night is dodged. I'm going to crush the bone construct. I can't believe that didn't get the kill. Then we're going to judgment on the ectoplasm. It will now bleed to death. And hopefully our jester gets to move before the skeleton. Actually, even Dismas did, so one way or another, justice was served.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow
and we walked into a trap. Pretty sure we didn't have scouting, so I'm not going to take any responsibility for that. Last room does have combat. It's pretty nasty combat. Nothing else, though. Once again, let's basically go for the same strategy. Shoot the back row. I'm going to pick that up with a... since we don't need to heal this turn, like we did at the start of the last time we had this exact same encounter. So I'm going to judgment, and let's hope we get a hit. We did. So that's a little bit less stress we have to worry about. I am going to defender immediately again to protect against tree branch smackdown. We also could have tried to stun the unit. Curse of Vulnerability gets redirected. That's a mark. And that's a tree branch smackdown. So I'm glad I put up my defenses. Let's take care of the tenacious crone. She dodged like a pro. Alright, she's still dishing out the that, same as before, puts her on death's door now. And then we're going to put up Retribution. And we just use Divine Comfort to keep things under control. Poison Spores is a fine thing. You know, Blight is not good for us. That's 9 damage that we can't get rid of. And we'll just start working on this giant's health. He has a lot of it. I'm gonna pump up our defender again. Now he's, actually he's not that well protected. I think defender doesn't last as long as it used to. We'll increase the bleed damage to 10 damage per round. I am actually going to go for a stun, I think. No, we need to heal the damage from this blight. Tree branch smackdown is dodge, so we 100% made the right call. Let's I'm gonna tracking shot into the back row. This dude hopefully will not act until we finish all our actions. It'll give us one extra round to heal, and we can do some stress relief as well. And then we get the heal. Pretty good. Undoes most of the damage the blight did. Alright, now we know what we don't need. We do not need any more keys. We're not going to get any benefit out of that. So let's take that in place of that. The shovel. Does the shovel work on the coffin? I don't think it does. So I am going to abandon this shovel in lieu of the stalwart buckle for the time being. And then we'll go back for the coffin. We'll see what's inside it. Trying to decide who I want to take the risk on that, because I think you can pick up a disease from the coffin. But instead it had gold in it, a little bit more than we could carry. So let's look at what we've got going on here. We've got, excuse me, why will you not sort? There we go. Let's do it this way. I think it's because it doesn't want to throw away. So we've got a considerable number of stacks of gold. We've got our quest items. We need to make room for one more quest item. What else we got that's worth money? We've got that. There we go. So supplies-wise, we've got 2 torches, and we can throw those away when we enter the Shambler's Altar, which is what we're about to do. And then after that, we can throw away the food when we go to our final location. So I think we come out perfectly. Okay, Jester can't do anything from this position, which stinks. But we can start doing damage with our highwaymen. Though defender's not going to do anything for us, so it's going to march forward 2 positions. Everyone's back in mostly a perfect spot. Undulating withdrawal. I think everyone can act from their current positions without any ill effects. Highwaymen cannot shoot, so eventually we need to reposition. For right now, let's try and judgment. Can we kill these with a judgment? No, we can't. What about a stun? Can we stun one of them? They've got pretty high stun resistance. I'll try for one anyway. We'll start healing next turn. But if we can throw those behind by just a little bit to let us finally get into position. Let's harvest. If we could have gotten that up early, it would have killed it already. Then we have to open vein. Picks up a kill. Clapper claws are all taken care of. We'll start healing. And then we're going to go for a rampart. I'm probably not going to pick up that stun. I didn't think it would, but it was better than going for the Shambler Spore. Oh, come on! Jester can't do anything, so we're going to step a position back. Now we can shoot, which actually might be better. And now we start asking ourselves, maybe this combat will last long enough we could justify doing that buff. And we put up a defender. Let's defend our Jester. His stress is pretty high. And then we're at Divine Comfort just over and over and over here. We're going to hope for a little bit higher roll, though. This is going to be Undulating Withdrawal. So spawn more ads. We probably are going to have stress breaks. I can't believe they got to go so fast. Also, we defended the wrong unit, clearly. Hopeless? That's not cool.
There can be no hope in this hell.
Alright, let's harvest. That crit helps us, but not quite enough. Then we're going to Retribution. We are going to Retribution the one that needed a little bit more to die. And then we're going to work on the Shambler. And again, we've got to keep pumping out those heals. We're going to hope for high rolls and high crits.
But never hidden.
Alright, he's got those retributions going on, finally. But, unfortunately, the Clapper Claws are going after the weak link in the back row there. This is going to be a slice off instead of a harvest, because we can't hit 2 units. So we just keep that growing. Okay, he's at death's door. We can't do anything about it. He's gonna march forward, which is fine. I think we maybe try and pick up this kill. That's a tough call, though. Now, I think we're gonna work on the Shambler, and we're gonna hope that this guy, maybe we defend decent. Oh, he doesn't want to be defended. What a bummer. Okay, well, his choice. Then we divide 6 damage for 3 rounds. The likelihood of this pushing him high enough so that he doesn't hit Death's Door when he gets hit the first time. Oh, he doesn't want the healing. Oh no, Dismas, this is your end, buddy. Death's Door. That shuffles us all, but not in a bad way. Our Jester actually is in trouble.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
Okay, Dismas might have a heart attack if we're not careful. Can we Battle Ballad? I kind of want to reposition, but I don't... I think we got to reposition with our Jester, because anything else we do... Oh, it does so little damage. It's very highly protected because it's had several rounds to function. Let's get everyone's health up. Then Dismas is going to go back on Death's Door as soon as it's his turn, which causes stress to everybody else. And he has no way to heal himself, no way to stop that intense blight. This isn't going to do much damage, so I think you continue to go here to stop it from spawning more ads, maybe? Dismas continues to barely live. We now have 2 units afflicted.
Fear and frailty finally claim their due.
It will bleed to death. Death's Door. Heart attack, though, gets him. There's just nothing I could do to save him. He just got unlucky. He refused the defender. We're gonna reposition here as well. And then we're gonna try for a stun. The stun works. We'll do a little bit of healing.
It could be dismissed as a fever dream.
And that now is like giving it a little bit of a delay here. Wait, can he still not do anything for position 2? That doesn't make any sense. What? What? Oh, because it's in position 2, so he can't reach. Okay, well, let's take a step back then. She can do some healing. He'll be able to do some stress relief. Focused. Could have used that a little bit sooner. Could have used that on everybody, but oh well. We're not going to be able to pick up another stun because his trinkets don't give stun. No, they do. Let's try for a second stun. No luck. Flapper Claw. All right, let's work on that stress. Maybe we can keep things down. Nope, okay.
The human mind, fragile, like a robin's egg.
I think we'll be fine. We probably just want to go for the kill, though. We probably should have done that last turn. So, okay.
This expedition
Good news, bad news.
Success.
There's a ton of loot here. Well, we don't need the torch anymore. The Ancestor's Candle is our new loot. Dismos's head we need to take with us. We also probably want to get the flash powder back. So what do we throw away for the flash powder? At this point, do you say goodbye to an entire stack of gold? That seems foolish. Onyx is worth 1,000, so that's what we're throwing away if we throw away the onyx. And this is worth what it's worth. You know what? Forget it. We're going to trade the onyx, though, for 1,700 gold. That's a positive trade. We're going to keep our food in our inventory for now. We won't encounter anything along this path. If we had to do more exploration, it could be a problem. We could have had a food check. We didn't get one. We can now throw away our food, and from the Surgeon's Satchel, complete our quest. And that's that. We'll head back to the hamlet. Down one starting character. We already lost Ronaldo, didn't we? Didn't he wasted away as a vampire. So, like, there was no chance we were getting that achievement anyway. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. So, yeah, we've got quite a bit to do here. Eagle Eye? Alright, good, yeah. All positive quirks. We get the Caregivers Convention.
Makes this place perfect for the study of
Alright, let's go to embark real quick. Alright, everybody's out of the party, that's fine. That was exactly what I wanted. This group, we kind of want to look at our highest level heroes, like for example, Houdini. And we want to get rid of his cave phobia. Oh yeah, you could just select both of these. Well, that's pretty good. Damage in the cove? That sounds nice. Except for he's a high bleed hero, so you probably want to have his bonus damage somewhere else. Hard skin, that's nice. All these are nice. Unholy haters, good. Man, these are all fine. Do we want... Hard skin seems rare. Bonus protect is strong, so let's go hard skinned and cave phobe. And then free treatment. Then Kinna. What about you? Stress versus human, and we want to try and target people who have locked in traits we want to get rid of. Alright, we definitely want to get rid of that. So let's put banal in treatment, and we'll get rid of high stress if the torch is running. And then, chance to turn any miss into a hit. That's kind of cool. Bonus damage if high torch. That's also good. I'm going to go with Warrior of Light instead of Faded. Okay, that's those taken care of. Is anyone suffering from an actual disease? I don't see the little marker on anyone, so that's fine. Our next thing to concern ourselves with is possible stress, which, you know, there's some people who are stressed out. Punk won't do anything here. Let's do stress treatment with that. Alex could use some stress treatment. I think that's it, so I'm not concerned about putting her in the top tier there and someone else being locked out. Punk, we're going to put him in the bar because that's the only thing he'll do. And so, what happened down here? Kinna's stress is down. What happened to Houdini's stress? Stress 82. It was at 99. So he did get stress relief from the puppet theater, even though he is afflicted. So if we leave him idle for long enough, his stress will be down to nothing, but he'll still be afflicted, getting that benefit or hinderment, depending on your personal preference. I like that benefit. I actually don't know what the stat bonuses are, but it feels like it's good. And as Stephen Colbert has long taught us, what you feel is way more important than the truth. We have not enough of any heirlooms to make any adjustments to our town, so that's going to do it for today. What are we going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow we're probably going to go on an easier run. Infestation is still not happening, so we're getting a huge reprieve. Let's pump the Cove. So we're going to send out a team maybe with Blight as their primary functionality. But in order to do that, we need to recruit someone new. So, who are we going to recruit? We got to recruit something because we don't have any rank... Oh, here we go. Here's some rank 1 heroes. That was my fault. So, worst case scenario, this is our team. We did this before. I think that's a functional team. What do we have in the stagecoach, though? We do have a selection of tanks. So, let's take a Crusader.
A mighty sword
And we will not take the Antiquarian out today. We'll go with a Crusader, the usual suspects. Yeah, we've also got 80,000 gold, so we can kind of do whatever the heck we want in the coming weeks. So I'm feeling pretty good about where we are. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the series. I'll be back tomorrow to continue our adventures with a pretty easy run. It may go quick, and if it does, then we will jump into a second mission. We want to get the Cove bumped up here so that we can uncover a boss. We need to do that in the Ruins and the Warrens as well. Weald still needs to uncover one boss. But I think we're doing good. So, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.